getting saved.
So what now? I want to talk to Yuri, I want to talk to Witness, I want to talk to Crimson. I think this is the loop we're in, right? Is just like talk to everybody. Talk to everybody for a while. Isn't... Oh no, not right here. Yuri is... Oh, Yuri's that way. Just want to check. Is there stuff around here? Not really. Pretty much no. Pretty much cleared this area out. What is that? Right there. Is this Witness's apartment? Interesting. Interesting. This is just like... This is just somebody's easel. Somebody just did their painting here, and now they're gone. Okay. Let's see. That way. Yes. Here's the problem with fast travel, is that I have to find a phone to use it. And I oftentimes find it as difficult to find a phone as to sort of find my way to the place that I'm going. I don't find fast travel as implemented in this game very useful. And maybe that comes down to the map again, but... Alright, Yuri. Were you outside the council penthouse last night, Yuri?
Nonsense.
Of course I wasn't. I found pink petals, which I suspect are from your hat, outside the penthouse. So for the record, this is a complete denial. I mean, Jesus. Yeah, he completely denies everything all the time. Now I can ask about the boat trips. Why did you shut the boat trips down early, Yuri?
Easy to yours.
Just answer the question. It was part of shutting down the island, ready for the end. But why? It never normally happens, and none of the other systems were shut down prematurely. Don't question how I do my job. I had some security worries and shut it down.
All that remains are the facts.
Did it have anything to do with a dead body at the bottom of the cliff?
How dare you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Surely this is the jurisdiction of the marshals. You're supposed to be investigating the council murder.
Investigate this.
It might be
When love
linked.
dies, all that remains are the facts.
Did you have anything to do with it? Definitely not. A lot of bad coincidences then. Must be. I heard you're missing a ring, Yuri. Of what interest is that to you? Is it this one?
Crime cannot hide.
It's impolite to snatch. Want to tell me what it's doing on the fist of KHX's dead body?
Nothing on me.
He made it for me and I lost it. Somebody probably found it and gave it to him, recognizing his work. That's a terrible lie. Anything else you want to tell me? I don't know anything else. Do you know why a book that you took from the library was in Henry's safe? Nothing to do with me. I mean, this is wild. It's wild how little people care about pissing me off, I guess. Like, I feel, right, isn't that that is supposed to be the tension of, like, listen, if I think that you are guilty of a crime, that's going to be really bad for you, because I'm the fucking only investigator on the island, and I've been charged with finding who killed the council. But people have so little respect for me personally that they don't care. They don't, like, I don't know, they don't see that potential consequence, or they think that, what power do they think they have over me? Is it, I mean, social power, certainly, but with the judge doesn't care. And the judge, it seems like, is going to kind of do whatever I tell him to do.
Paradise feels wrong.
Henry says a stranger passed him a forbidden book and told him to keep it a secret. That book is one
Don't be
you
snide with
accessed.
me.
Not sure you can prove that, Freak. If I remember correctly, the library vaults only record entry and exit, not what was read or taken. You just happen to know that? No, I don't just happen to know that. I use the vault to acquire books for the architect. I know how the system works because I use it often. Did you access the library vault and give forbidden books on demonology to Henry? No.
Crime is repulsive.
You're the only one of the suspects who accessed
You
that
got
vault.
nothing on me.
That doesn't mean the book came from me. Know anything about demons on the island? The marshals killed them all.
Business is each of yours.
They should have killed Henry while they were at it. Well, let's hang out with Yuri.
Don't make me laugh.
Have you ever been in love, Yuri? Love doesn't offer anything. Love constrains ambition. It blinds you to your goal. Love can make you understand more about yourself and
Don't be
others.
snide with me.
I understand myself and others just fine. Some of us are rulers and the rest are meant to be ruled. The world is very simple, Freak. You people confuse yourselves with love and affection. It dulls your senses and stops you from achieving excellence.
I have a bad feeling about this.
If you open your heart, you open your mind. Relationship increased. Good. Honestly, Toby says, honestly gives more weight to the possibility of a big conspiracy. Members believing that by dispersing blame and seizing power, they are functionally untouchable. Yeah. Alright, is there a phone near Crimson?
On travel unlocked. Starlight in the tank.
This image is the last thing a drowning victim saw as your wallpaper? I mean, that seems pretty weird, I gotta say. See, here's the problem. I think... Sewer. There we go. I do think Judge is pretty powerful. I don't know how their powers work, but
Crimson acid.
I would guess the play is preventing, like, shutting me down, basically. Like, well, no, but if you're pissing me off, then I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what the trial looks like. Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality fulling drive burst? Not down here. Those are very rare, lady. If he's using that as an alibi, you need to be skeptical. Crimson, you got the inside track on demons on the island? You mean Shinji? Let's start with Shinji. He's a little asshole, but he's harmless. You've met him. Why hasn't he been captured? He's weak. He has to choose when and where to physically manifest himself so to avoid capture. You've not reported him? He's helped me with a few things. He's seen things I haven't. The island's going to end. He's too weak to do anything. So what's the harm? Could he have killed the council? Here's a question. No way. He has limits. He can barely hold physical objects. His weakened astral body conflicts with our reality. Okay. What about other demons? On the island, I assume the marshals got them all after the Henry incident. So you're not aware of any other demons on the island that might have got into the council penthouse last night and redecorated it a nice shade of viscera? What do you know about secret demonology labs? I know something. You mean the one in the dead zone coded to Witness and Carmelina's blood vials? Good work, lady. I've been in it, but I don't know how it was kept a secret. I think it was an old panic room Carmelina designed into the island. I've never been there, but I realized Witness was up to something a while back. He managed to keep it a secret from everyone else, but I have ways of finding things out. Witness wants to understand why Paradise fails. I thought Witness's whole deal was he didn't want to worry about why Paradise fails. The fail point is demonic corruption. It rots the islands and causes the end of Paradise. I need to find out more. I guess I should talk to Witness. So Witness is apparently an expert on demons, which I didn't really know. The 19th Island incident, it was a weird island from the beginning, strange feeling in the air, like it was a powder keg waiting to go. About 2 centuries into it, the demonic invasion happened. Think it was a setup?
Strange.
You mean by the Syndicate, a conspiracy? I don't think so. I can't imagine the Syndicate being involved in a conspiracy. Can you? We discovered an Eden cult in the apartments. They'd convinced themselves a passing comet was the god. They were amateurs, but managed to reach out into space. The demons flooded in. Why was this invasion so bad? Akiko and Marshals hit the cult hard, real shock and awe response. The apartments were demolished before the corruption set in. We thought we got them, but the cult had a trick. There was a possessed cult member chained up in the sewers. The Marshals missed him in their sweep, high on successfully wiping out the apartments. The guy in the sewers let the demons slowly seep into the island. The foundation of the island became rotten. Then the demons attacked. Swarms of them came from underground. Everyone took up arms. So you fought the fight and got blessed. Not just a pretty face, Akiko. Not just a pretty face, lady. Akiko and her marshals were pinned down at the temple. I held the line at the council building. Akiko's never forgiven me. She was convinced the demon general would go for the temple. I believed otherwise. After the battle, the gods blessed me, and I got this new head. Story time's over, lady. Be glad I didn't charge you for this. So go save Paradise instead of hanging around in a sewer. Alright, so I really need to talk to Witness. Witness who lives in Syndicate apartments.
Witness to the end.
Alright. Did you experience a comms blackout last night? I didn't. When they have occurred before, they always have been hard to pinpoint. They don't affect the whole island. Yeah. You definitely didn't experience a comms blackout because you were triggering the remote release of a killer demon from your phone. Yeah, we got lots to talk about. Sure. Know anything about demons on the island?
Another sinner.
I don't. They're a blight on our holy work, corrupting our righteous home. I mean, he's just lying through his teeth to me. The marshals exterminated them all after they came to the island. There shouldn't be any left.
Is this a fact?
Witness, I have testimony that you were using the secret bunker for demonology research. From a whole bunch of people. Who do you think?
Gods work in esoteric ways.
See, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that is a classic trope. That's a basic structure of detective storytelling. Of here is a thing that I found out. Who told you that? Who do you think? Reveal some information, right? Who does he think would have told me that? Who else had that information? Maybe it's the person that I got it from. Maybe it reveals something to me that I didn't already know. That's sort of like, I don't know if that's how real police investigation goes, but that is how our narratives that surround investigation are structured. And this game defies that structure over and over and over again. It's funny because I spent so much time not really talking to people, doing more like investigating the island and jumping around and stuff, that I'm getting a lot of it, like, just wave after wave at the end here.
This island is full of sinners.
This has nothing to do with the murder of the council,
The
though.
investigator is here.
I found a killer demon inside the council penthouse with the victim's blood all over its claws. You think you're onto something, but you don't know what you're talking about.
Crime cannot hide.
Then why don't you tell me? If you think you have some wild conspiracy theory, you will need to prove it in the trials. I won't talk further about this. See you in court, witness. You dialed the number. This is clearly a phone number at midnight last night. That call was to a receiver attached to a lock on a crate which contained a killer demon that had been hidden in the council penthouse.
This island is full of sinners.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Paradise feels wrong.
Yes, you do. You unleashed that killer demon. No, I didn't. Someone's trying to
The
frame
facts
me.
and the truth are not the same.
Bullshit. Wait, what is... But what is this word? But... I think that's a typo. I think this is bullshit, right? But bullshits. Bullkiss. There we go. Edited for television. I must warn you, I am not one for long conversations. Why plants? The gods tended to us and raised us. Maybe I hope to have some insight into their brilliance by tending to life myself. Following in the footsteps of the gods, in my own humble way.
Bathed in the glory of the gods.
They are glorious cosmic beings that our human minds can barely comprehend. Is he talking about demons? Is he a demon worshiper? And he talks about all of the stuff that he talks about the gods. Is Witness actually a demon worshiper? I'm trying to fit this together with the Daybreaks. Like, did the Daybreaks help him? And did they know that they were helping him? Or why they were helping him?
The gods are radiant.
It is foolish to think I may understand their brilliance, but maybe I can understand more of myself. If you know yourself, you can ward off falling into sin. I'll keep that in mind.
The gods are watching us.
I am enjoying our conversations, Lady Love Dies. There is a sensitive matter which we could discuss further. Let's probe it. Probe that sucker. Do you have something you want to tell me? Things happened while you were in exile, Lady Love Dies. The architect and I became close, and we married.
The end
Interesting.
times are looming.
She's obsessed with a perfect island. There wasn't any room in her heart for me or the
Of
gods.
course not.
I've been reluctant to tell you until now, but I'm worried about her. Her mind is not on the cosmos. Well, in what way? Do you believe that you should be rewarded for your craft? Huh. Huh. I'm going to go with not necessary. Witness seems... I think this is... I think I see where he's going with this, and I think he wants me to answer unfettered. Craft is a reward unto itself. The architect was like that as well, but dark clouds began to gather over her. Her prayers were not as fervent as they once were. I felt her work was not being done in the name of our star-born masters. She began to crave more validation, more credit
The
for her work.
investigator is here.
She architects our islands. Without her, we are
The
nothing.
gods are watching us.
Our work is for the gods. They lifted us up, and we must do the same for them. Personal reward is a sin that pushes us from their light. Says this dude who owns his own apartment building that he just lives in. I fear she's forgotten this. Thank you for confiding in me, witness.
Under the gaze of the gods.
Okay, well. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Who else we got? Who else we got? Well, I should talk to Akiko at some point. Carmelina, like, I want to talk more to Carmelina, but I don't have dialogue options with her. Yuri is not into me. Am I going to talk to Akiko? I don't know that I have stuff to talk to Akiko about. I guess I do. There's a little exclamation point, which makes me think, I guess I do. And I could go talk to Carmelina, I guess, about... Witness says you suck at your job? Wait, why is there an explanation point there? Okay, I'm gonna go... Come on. I'm gonna go talk to Akiko, and then we'll go talk to Carmelina. Oh, bullocks. Bullocks. Wait, is that an expletive? Bullocks? It looks right written, but I don't know that I've ever said it or heard it said. As an expletive that starts with a B and ends in an S. Shit, I forgot there was a phone here. Okay, well, I can teleport out.
Grand Marshal Akiko 14.
Right, the comms blackout. No, she's gonna get so mad at me for asking this
Put your
question.
head on a spike.
We exterminated them. Okay, you didn't, though.
The hut.
You're going to die.
Sure.
Humor me. Why do you hate me so much? I thought you were the investigation freak. It's not that hard to figure out. What's your problem? Is this a soldier versus civvy thing? Case file complete. You saw. Fuck you. Why does it have to be like this? Way of the world. We exist in different planes. We see different things. I work so you may sleep at night. You trot about without a care in the world. Yeah, service requires no
Do
thanks.
you want to die?
What a good
I'll
lapdog
kill
you are.
you.
I mean, relationship increased. You know, like it does. That was a clear relationship increase. Bollocks. Bollocks sounds better. Yes, that's right. Bollocks. I mean, I also don't think I've ever said that, but there's an expletive. Did you experience a comms blackout? What he's tied up. Like how would that even, what kind of a question is that? Found a forbidden tome about demonology in your apartment. What are you doing with it? Are you for fucking real? Is this one big fucking joke? What the fuck do you think I was doing with it? Propping up a table? I was doing some fucking demon fuckingology. Who gave it to you? A stranger. We went through this
Don't
already. I
test
know.
me.
Okay, so I was about to say... Hold on. Because I was about to say... Can't I, like, show him a picture of Yuri and be like, was it this stranger? Which reminds me that I have a picture that I was supposed to get a medical opinion on. But I talked to Dr. Doomjazz, and I did not have the option to ask him about it. So, is there, like, an interface for presenting inventory items that I never discovered? Know anything about demons on the island besides me? No. Are you a demon though?
Of course.
What the fuck is up with the slaughter ritual? Citizens don't get to go to the next island, so a ritual takes place where the citizens are sacrificed to the gods. Obviously, I mean, this is pretty trivial stuff. The temple becomes awash with blood, and the psychic energy of the deaths is directed to the gods by the high priestess. You
Of
know,
course.
don't you think that's really fucked up? Yeah, yes, yeah, it's the worst part of this whole thing. Perfect 25 should end it. No more dead islands. But a big fucking load of kidnapped citizens, though, right? Sounds real perfect. Whatever. Alright. So if I'm standing here and I look at my inventory and I say, like, I don't know. Here's a protest letter. Like, I can't click on these things. So, what does that mean? So this is what I'm looking at is not that. Wait, it's none of these things. Where did I see this? Oh, it's in my notes. I saw it in my notes. I've got a photo of Grace Bloodlines from her crime scene investigation. I need a medical opinion on it. I mean, what the heck? Why can't I ask for a medical opinion on it? We also have an entire dead dang arm for some reason, and I really wish we could just shake it at people and go, explain please. Yeah, no, 100%. That is, some of that is real weird. Some of that is extremely very weird. I am gonna go to, here's my plan. I am gonna go to Syndicate headquarters. We'll check in with Carmelina again. And then from there, we should be able to easily get over to Doom Jazz's yacht. So we'll go there.
Halt! What do you want, Fruit?
Let me pet the
Don't
dog,
test me.
please.
Targeted Carmelina's Island.
Can you tell me about the secret panic room experiment? We already talked about this. Why is this coming as a surprise to you? So, okay. Remember this. Because at some point, I don't know if it's going to be today. I think it's not going to be today. But at some point, we're going to have a conversation, another conversation about how this game structures its mystery, right? And the investigation of its mystery. And it's compartmentalizing dialogue as attached or like hierarchically under pertinent questions, cases that are all separate things, which mostly works with, like, there are effects of that. They're organizing it mostly pretty well, but occasionally we get this sort of thing where we talked about this piece of information in its relation to one case, and now we're going to talk about the same piece of information in its relation to another case, but the game has no logic to sort of understand that those two things are connected, even though they're fundamentally about the same information, or that we've already talked about it one time, right? So last time we were here, Carmelina talked to us fairly extensively about the secret underground bunker that she had with Witness and how she doesn't really know what he was doing there, and she kept his secrets after I mean, I guess she does. She knew some things, but she kept his secrets. Maybe we were just supposed to find this first. I abandoned that a long time ago. It's designed to be a bunker. My plan was to dot them around the island in case of attack. Syndicate members could hide in them. But, like, we already found
We have
the...
achieved perfection.
We already talked about that. And, there's just a... This is the model of knowledge, right? The game's model for what characters know what things at what times is a little bit imperfect because of how it's structured its conversations around cases. I want to give you something, Investigator.
That's weird.
An eye? It's the eye of a worshipper of Blood Dancer. It's been preserved and reformatted into a storage device. Of course it has.
Craft is its own reward.
The chronicles of Blood Dancer have been imprinted onto it. By examining the crevices of the eye, you may learn about the
Is this a
god.
fact or a truth?
Blood Dancer caused multiple planet-wide genocides as he perfected his insane
This is
technology.
nonsense.
There are always sacrifices for progress. What are you talking about? What are your sacrifices? A personal question. Every day we make micro choices about how we live. Each one bears the weight of our vision for our own future. Is doing this going to better realize my goal? No. Should I do it, even though it is more beneficial to the world or loved ones? Can I live with the consequences? That sounds
We have
great.
achieved perfection.
Individual consequences do not have to be life-altering. They all add up, though.
Craft is its own reward.
Please go and enjoy the island, Lady Love Dies, though you may learn more about yourself. Thank you for your time.
Relic obtained.
Carmelina, honey, that's a weird present in any circumstance, but definitely in this one. Toby, I agree with you. That is strange. That is real strange. Oh, max level. Interesting. Interesting. Now, I can't actually look at that, right? Like, there's no... Do I have that eye? I don't. Is there a relic? No, I just don't even have it. Oh, I do. It's just a relic. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go find Doom Jazz on his boat. I felt pretty good about that jump. That was good.
Dr. Doom Jazz.
Okay, I got no case files. I got literally nothing.
Fabulous.
Nothing lasts forever except the certainty of change. Quoting philosophy. Please, some song on a skate punk compilation. You were into trip hop last time I was on an island. I like to mix it up, keep it fresh. One of the citizens we abducted from the real world had it with him. What other phases have I missed? Got big into mathcore for a while. Yeah, of course you did. I was drinking a lot of coffee and Mexican hip-hop. For everything that's wrong with these islands, we have at least a lot of different people here. But punk is this island's flavor. Hopefully we will abduct someone with some more CDs for Perfect 25. You'd think a mass of oppressed citizens would mean there was more punk music on the island.
Like this.
Not allowing them access to instruments or really any means of creativity probably hinders that. But somebody did draw a 4-panel comic that was really popular. So, why do you think there are so many murders in the apartments?
Investigator.
What? Montserrat always said you can't build pyramids without slaves. That's a thing to say. Wow. Catch you later, Doc. Please look at this thing that I have. Jesus, okay. Or can you tell me whose arm this is? Because it does seem like it's just a... Like, it's a pretty extra arm. Like... Whose fucking arm is that? Everybody's got an arm. Okay, there's two things that I could do. There's two things that I could do. And one is I can go around and I don't really have a lot to talk to people about anymore, but I could go around and try to max my hangouts with people now that I know that is apparently a thing. The other thing I could do is try to find more of the crystals, the like red and blue little gems, and specifically the red ones because they went into that mural and I feel like that was supposed to be important, but I don't really know that it ever did anything. Wait, do I not? I don't have... Where the hell is Sam? He's in the Mountain Gorge. I don't have any fast travel to that. And I don't know what One Last Kiss is like this fucking arm that I'm carrying around. Like, I literally don't know... I mean, I know some things about who that is, right? But I don't know who that is. I haven't met them. I don't know that they're on the island. Are they on the island? What does it mean to find them? I feel like I've looked around pretty well. haven't gone into the reality folding drive. I don't think that I can. But let's just look over there for a second. Yeah, so I think my point is... I'm not gonna jump into it today, just because of time. But I think what I'm doing now is the trial, because I don't especially. It feels like the stuff that I have to do is completionist stuff. Wait, I was trying to go to the reality folding drive. And I'm not super excited about the, like, completionist, aspect of it. So, like, I'm not excited about, let's just max out everybody's relationships because we're gonna get relics out of that. Or the blue gems, it seems, give me, like, reward me with blood crystals, and I don't really need more blood crystals than I have. How do I get up there? So and there's plenty of stuff around the island that I haven't gotten. There's plenty of, like, little hearts all over. But I'm not gonna go around and try to get all of the little hearts. Like, that's not what I'm about. So I think it's trial time. On Wednesday.
On travel unlocked. Avoid in the pain.
Which actually, Hubert, that was kind of dancing around the question that you asked in chat and not actually answering it. That the answer to your question is the question is, would you ever go scope out the trial just to see what happens, or only go when you want to trigger the end? And the real answer is I would rather go when I'm sort of ready for it to end, because there's nothing in the fiction that gives me permission really to do that. And I know that I could trivially, like, go and do it and then reload a save, but I'd rather do the things that the game is essentially affording, right? I'd rather do the things that the game is suggesting to me I can and should do. So I'm not like fanatical about it. There's nothing here. This is just a big door that I can't open. Okay. I wouldn't. There's a world in which on Wednesday we go and start the trial, and it goes, like, way differently than I was expecting, and I'm probably actually gonna make a backup save just in case, because why not? But yeah, that's not my instinct. Do these days feel short to you? I do, because time isn't supposed to be passing. When the island ends, the flow of time gets weird. Technically, we're still in the last day of the island, so the crime still happened last night. Okay, I love that they addressed this. I mean, I guess this is perfect. I guess it's very in keeping with how the game has worked so far, of we're going to present a thing without comment. Sam is a weird red skeleton? Yeah, of course he is. That's just who Sam is. And if you dig deeper, then it's not unacknowledged. Like, people will talk about how weird it is that Sam's a red skeleton. Or not how weird. People will talk about the fact. People will acknowledge the fact that Sam is a red skeleton and actually attribute it to a medical condition that he has. The fact that we have a day-night cycle that makes no logical sense with the way that the narrative addresses the concept of time seems really weird and is really weird. But if you dig deep enough, like, there is lore for it. That's wild. It's weird. It is weird. Why you people are so messed up? Oh, because, yeah, we are pretty messed up. That's true. In keeping with Shinji especially, yeah, that's... that seems accurate. Oh, that's nothing. I've looked at that before. I mean, it's wild how I've picked this place so totally clean. Alright, well, let's...
Fast travel unlocked.
Skincell points out time shenanigans were established on other islands, so it's not something made up to solve a problem. Or it's not, I mean, it's not like a one-off comment, at least. Like, it's embedded in the lore. It feels sort of not thoughtless. I'm going back kind of to Sam and Sam's character design again. Like, Sam as a character doesn't feel thoughtless. It's very aesthetically aligned with the rest of the game, but it feels weird. It feels random. It feels like a purely aesthetic choice, and that makes it kind of surprising when the narrative then acknowledges it in a more direct way. And I think the same thing with time weirdness. Like, it's not... That felt less aesthetically aligned to me. That felt weirder to me. But it's not a matter of like, oh yeah, this is a weird thing, we're going to put in a single message that sort of like lampshades it. It's right. Like, it is built into the lore of the game. It's just that lore is quite under the surface. I think that's the thing that's sort of amazing about this game, is that it doesn't present its lore on the surface. A lot of games, you look at like Skyrim, you look at what's that company that does that? Bethesda games, or you look at like BioShock, right? Those kinds of games. There's a lot of lore. There's a lot of lore that is found in like books and audio diaries and corners of the world that you can hunt out and investigate, or maybe it only really exists in the novelization or on a wiki. Like, there's lots of deep lore, but there's also a lot of surface level lore. People will talk to you about the politics of these different places, and you know, you get a lot of that information about that, like, builds up the world. It's very surface. It is presented to you, served to you. It's really it doesn't ask you to do much to get an idea of what world we are in. And this game, I feel like, requires a lot more investigation to get that. It is all there. All of that sort of like basic how the world works stuff is there with the deeper, like, what is the history, what are the details. It's just they're not separated as discreetly into here's stuff that the game is just going to serve to you, and here's stuff that you have to go digging for. You kind of have to go digging for all of it, or at least a lot more of it. And so it feels like you arrive here and why any of this? This is all so bizarre. It's all so weird. It doesn't feel like it's cohesive or it has reasoning behind it. But it does, and you gradually come to understand that reasoning. It's not like, I can't think of a good example of this, but if you found a city. Well, okay, so Megaton, right? Like the idea behind Megaton in Fallout 3 is that it's a city that was built around an unexploded nuclear bomb, and when you arrive there, the first thing that you're going to see is this unexploded nuclear bomb at the center of the city, and the first person that you talk to is going to say, "Welcome to the city that's built around an unexploded nuclear bomb." Like, that is, they're not gonna hide any of that, right? Like, they're gonna give that part of the world this character, and they're gonna really sell it to you, which isn't bad. Like, that works well, and that is normal. That's a very standard way of doing this kind of narrative presentation and world building. This game just doesn't do that. It says, like, okay, here's the island paradise, get cracking. There's a big weird thing over there, and it's surrounded by pyramids and, like, those things. There's nightmare computers all over the place. Like, go, figure it out. It doesn't tell you about the reality folding drive. It doesn't tell you that, like, these are unoccupied houses for missing gods. It doesn't tell you a lot of the things that you will eventually figure out and uncover. And frankly, to me, I don't know that the mystery of this game, like the plot, I don't know that it's great. It's okay. It's not bad. I'm enjoying it. But it's not the thing that sells me on this game. The thing that sells me on this game is that I feel like a detective, not because I'm solving the murder of the council. That's the, like, least detective-y feeling thing that I'm doing. I feel like a detective because I'm figuring out, like, what is going on with this island, and what are the politics, and what is the culture, and what are these landmarks? What are the things that are present here, and how did they happen, and what do they mean? And all of that stuff, I feel like I am actively investigating in every conversation that I have, in all of the, like, relics that give me, like, such tiny little pieces of information that I'm gradually fitting together to get a picture of something that isn't the murder. Like, that's not a picture of the murder. That's a picture of the world that the murder took place in. And that's a little bit weird, but it actually really resonates. It's fun, it's cool, it's interesting, and it isn't the thing that the plot is telling me I'm supposed to be doing or caring about, but it resonates with the thing that I'm supposed to be doing, right? It's the same kind of investigative activity. And that's what I think this game does remarkably well. Like, really, really remarkably well. Arbitrary is a good word. Arbitrary is definitely related to what I'm talking about. Alright, let's go to the courthouse, and we'll leave off there. Oh, I thought she was going. Sorry. That was a pause. Yeah. Here's our save. Awesome.
Getting saved.
Well, that was great. And I don't know. I don't know what the trial is going to look like. I suspect that it is not going to be a huge ordeal, but I could be totally wrong, and it could honestly be that it is more. Well, that's not even a Phoenix Wright model so much. What is that? It is possible that I take the evidence that I've gathered and I go to trial and I make accusations, and all of these people who have refused to give me reasonable explanations for things in my role as the investigator will be confronted by the judge and will actually say more, will give some sort of explanation, will give some testimony that they haven't given to me. And then I will be let back out and onto the island to do more investigating. That's not what I'm expecting, but that structurally could work. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to find on Wednesday. I do think there's a good chance that we finish this game next week between Wednesday and Thursday. So let's plan to do a Q&A at some point when we get there, I think, when we finish off the game. If you've got questions that you want to ask or things that you want to talk about, then hold on to them and put them in chat or send them to me on Twitter or something like that, and we'll talk about those topics. I want to talk a little bit more about structure of mystery games and how this relates to my thesis work and how I've been thinking about that while playing this, I guess. And I'm sure there will be other stuff for us to talk about too. Oh, waffles! No, we've exhausted pretty much all of the leads that I've got, and there's more stuff that we could do on the island, but it feels like busy work at this point. I don't have solid leads to go on. I do have a lot of random information that nobody will talk to me about, so we'll see what happens with that. But no, we're gonna go into trial on Wednesday and see what that process looks like, and see what if we can make heads or tails of this mystery. We'll do that. All right, thanks everybody. Love playing this game with the chat, both because you help me out, but also because you've got super interesting things to talk about, and I really enjoy that. I'll see you folks on Monday for Mostly Walking, and then I expect to be back to this on Wednesday, and we'll head to trial. So until then, have a good weekend, stay safe, be well, and I'll see you around. Bye.